of sideways, isn't it? Straighten up. Straighten up. Is that straight?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. John and Abs with you for another bum.
And I'm in my uniform.
This is in a school uniform. Yep. So it's another Monday, so it's time for another bench update. It's the today's the 3rd of.
Today's the 3rd?
Yes.
Hey, it's my first birthday tomorrow. Okay.
3rd of September 2018, and it's
September.
time for September. August is over. You're back to school now and everything else.
Oh yeah, yay.
Specs since last Friday, but today's Monday, so today was the first real full day of
and work day.
Yeah, and work day and things like that. And I'm starting my course on Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Healthcare support course. So
Thing.
looking after old people like myself. But anyway, enough about all that rubbish.
Beautiful hair.
It's a modelling show. Well, show. It's modelling related, isn't it? Modelling related.
Good fall.
Yeah, and Abby has got her modelling bow on.
The school bow.
Yeah. So anyway,
Can I get you one?
No.
Don't think it will work.
Don't think so. But hope you've all been well this week. I hope you've all done plenty of modelling.
And if you haven't just had a good week.
Yep, that's the important thing. Enjoy yourself. Have a good week. So anyway, let's get on to the bench. We'll have a look at the my work for the week. I got the little Jeep done.
It's so cute.
She likes Abby likes it because it's nice and cute. She says it's nice and cute. So let's get on to the bench. We'll have a look at it, and you can a little bit of a talk about it, and you can sort of put in the comments box below what you think of it yourself. Okay. And here we are. So we're down at the bench. Okay.
Get some light on the subject.
Exactly. Yes. A little light on the subject. Abby was actually asking, why is there only a windscreen wiper on one side? And the simplest explanation is the fact that if it wasn't needed, the Russians didn't put it on, and they built everything. It's just pure practical. The only one who really needs a windscreen wiper is the driver, so you can see where he's going.
But what if you have to look that way?
It'd be more. If you can just look straight out, because there's no sort of sides on it.
I know, but like, what if you have to look that side of the road like that?
Well, then he just rolls over whatever he has to. But it's a case of I mean, that would make it a little bit more expensive to make, because you've been talking about another motor for the windscreen wiper and things. Why they're not on two sides?
It looks weird.
Yeah, it does actually. It does only look kind of weird.
But I like how you made it look one.
Yeah, it's literally a case of.
It's because of the Russians.
Yeah, if it's not needed, it doesn't go on, and if it does go on, let's make it as cheap as we can possibly make it, and then just push out as many as we possibly can. Like if you look at the T-34s, I was looking at a documentary there recently on the T-34s, and sort of the welding on the armour plates, shall we say, had a lot to be desired. It wouldn't be called expert welding by any means. Some of the panels sort of went together like that, you know, sort of joined at the top and big gaps that the man literally put his hand into one of the gaps between the plates. So it's a case of they were just quantity, not quality, and you know it works, it does the job, and let's just make them and push them out there. I mean, in times of war, you're sort of limited to what you can do. You're limited, unlike the Germans, who were kind of everything was precise and perfect. And if the Germans had put sort of the same kind of ethos that the Russians had when they were building their tanks, who'd have known it might have been a different outcome at the end of the war, if the Germans sort of produced numbers and rather than quality. You know, the German tanks were built to last, and to last a long time, whereas the Russian tanks sort of were literally built just to do the job, and literally just that and that alone. But they built thousands and thousands and thousands of them, whereas the Germans couldn't, because they didn't have the time to build thousands and thousands. So the Russians were putting out maybe 5 or 6 to every one German tank, so, and even more than 5 or 6 in some cases. But anyway, enough about that. We're talking about the little Russian Jeep here. Someone did say when I did the thing that probably a bit too much dust on the window And when I looked at it, yeah, there probably is for compared to the rest of it. But then again, it was a case of if it had rained earlier and the windows were kind of wettish, the dust would have stuck to the windows and would have kind of brushed off the sides of the thing. So whatever.
Or they
yeah.
went through like a windstorm or something.
Yeah, it stuck to the window more than it stuck to the
Jeep
and the rest of the Jeep. But the Jeep itself is pretty dusty. Okay.
I think it's cool and cute.
But overall, I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with the colours, happy with the weathering, underneath weathering.
Oh wow!
I'm happy with that.
Amazing.
You know, happy with the interior. So I'm overall, I'm quite happy with it. And I mean, if you were putting this into a dyno with figures and things like that, it would be very, very nice indeed. I mean, I even have an old what's it? It's
trailer thing.
It's a British 6-pounder gun, and I mean, that could even kind of
You could clip in.
kind of clip that onto the back of it, you know, as part of a little dyno and things like that. So it can be used for many, many things. And anybody that comes off and says, well, the Russians didn't have them, maybe they did. They could have got a couple of them with the old Lend
You
Lease
never
thing.
know.
I mean, yeah, because the Russians had everything. I mean, even the Russians had Sherman tanks and everything. So anything that the Allies had, there's a good chance that the Russians had as well. I mean, I even did a Harley Davidson there with Russian markings on it at some stage. If you look at it, it's got the red star, because I know that they had Harley Davidsons. They got a shipment of them at one stage. So, you know, and like you've even seen T-34s with German markings, because the Germans captured them, and I'm sure you probably get a Tiger tank with Russian markings and nobody could tell you were wrong. So that's a bit about it, lads. That's what work I got done during the week. I got my Jeep finished off. I didn't do any more to the figure. I'm still waiting on the on the main colours for the
Forest green.
for his uniform. And when as soon as that comes, I can get started on that. So hopefully that'll come during the week. And I got something to show then for next week's bum, and hopefully he'll be well on the way for next week's bum. Because if not, it'll be a very, very short bum next week. If not, so anyway, lads, that's it for the bum.
It'll just be the
fruit. So just chocolate and fruit. So I'll shift up to myself and Abs, and we can finish off. Right. So back up to myself and Abs, and it's time to finish off. And it's the return. We have returned with the bum chocolate and bum fruit.
Which I was happy about, really happy about.
If you remember there, before I finished it, we stopped doing it. Larry Brown, who sent me the Boston baked beans there recently.
They were good.
He sent me on some Reese's candy, and at the time we couldn't get it in Ireland. Well, I couldn't. I'd never seen it before.
Me neither. I only saw it in one place, and it was in Dublin.
Yeah. Now there's it's available in Centra shops.
Really?
Yep, Centras have them. Really? Where do you think I got that one? Just plucked it out of the sky, was it? And so this week we've got Reese's, purchased in Ireland. Yes, Reese's butter
3
cups.
peanut butter
Cups.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And a couple of weeks ago I had the one that's like a kind of crispy bar, but it was Reese's again. So
there's loads of Reese's stuff.
Yeah, they're starting to come into Ireland now. The Reese's candy. So that's the bum chocolate, Reese's chocolate peanut butter cups, and for the bum fruit we've got a weird one. Yes, we've got a weird one. Raisins. Yes.
These are great for lunchboxes for school, so you know.
Yeah.
I know I've just gotten home from school, but you know, I can still have one. Lunchbox size raisins. So we've got little raisins. I'll go.
Yep. So sweet value raisins, little box of raisins.
And there's a little raisin guy telling you it's 100% tasty.
100% tasty. Yep. And it is fruit.
Raisin is fruit.
Yep. It's
wow. It's delicious.
Yes.
Tastes salty.
Does it?
It's too salty. It's been in that box too long.
So we've got salty raisins and we've got some peanut butter candy.
I hope that's not salty.
So that's it for this week's lads. Thanks for taking your time out to watch it. I know it's not very entertaining, or well, it might be entertaining, but it's not very educational. That's what I'm looking at. Maybe not very educational, but certainly entertaining. This you up here behind me. So for myself, John, I'll say goodbye, and from
I'll be also known as Crazy Bag of Frogs thing.
Mary Bag of Frogs. Crazy as mad as a bag of frogs.
Says
Abby.
by two.
So we're off, and hopefully, like I said, the paints will come for during the week for that, and I can get that all painted up. That's about it, really. That's about it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've not already subscribed, and if you have, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. It's just down there. Just there.
Hold on a second.
There, can you see it? There, my little logo. It's just there, and you can click on that.
It pops up at the start and at the end.
You can click. Pops stays there the whole time, and you can click on that, and you can subscribe directly to the channel. And if you have already done it, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. So in the meantime, all that's left for me to say is thank you, and as Abby says, go on, you can say it.
Go out, buy yourself a kit, build it, and enjoy it.
Ta-da!